when you're working from a photo, and this of course is the example that we're using, but I hope that you'll be able to apply this knowledge to other photos. But what you have to do is you have to determine what color to mix for each area. Now the glass is, a different animal altogether, and you'll see why once we get going. But we are going to start with the corks. And so what you have to do is you have to isolate what color is it. And what you have to start with is the medium value, and the medium value is a color that is the only color being seen in the natural light. So this is the mid value right in here. And then we have our darker shaded value, and then we have where it's being struck by the light directly. Now in your information you have all kinds of value scale charts that you can look at, and it will show you how to mix just about any color. But first you have to come to the conclusion, what color is it? So looking at this cork, and I'm looking at it through a piece of paper that has a hole in it, and the idea is that way I can just isolate that color and not look at anything that's around it, just that color. And so I'm looking at it, and I have to say to myself, what color family is that? Well, the color family is yellow. And so I know that the medium value is going to be yellow, but it's not pure yellow, so we have to tone it in some way. And so with yellow, you can tone it with raw sienna, you can tone it with its complement, and then you have to, after that, you have to say, well, what value is it? Is it a light value or a medium value or a dark value? So what you'll end up with is first you determine what color it is, then you can determine what value it is next. You can go either way, light value, dark value, and what do you need to add to get to that value, and then you have to determine how bright or dark the color is. Now this is a yellow, but it's a dull yellow, so we're going to dull it with a neighbor color, we're going to dull it with a earth color, or maybe with a complement. But when I look at this color, I know that I'm going to make it with yellow, maybe a little bit of white, and then to dull it some raw sienna. Then to get lighter, like this little light section in there, you'll get lighter by adding white, but as colors get lighter, they get brighter and warmer, so I know that I'll add some yellow. And then to get darker, we have a really great example of a dark area over in here. You can look at that. It's still in the yellow-brown family, and I'll just get darker by adding either violet, or I could add burnt umber. Violet complement, burnt umber an earth tone. And so of course to paint from photos you have to have a fair amount of color knowledge, but you can start off by saying what color, what value, what intensity. Then you'll know how to mix, and again you can look at the charts that are included, and that will give you at least a launching off point. So I'm going to mix for this cork.